Thank you to REDMAGIC for sponsoring today's video. I've been a mobile gamer for well over 10 years at this point in time, and over the course of the years, I've tested out so many different types of devices. I've always preferred phones over tablets, and really the biggest reason was because the aspect ratio of tablets wasn't really my thing. Take a look at an iPad, for instance. It's great for everyday use. I love it and I use it all the time, but for gaming, whenever I use it, I just feel really weird when I'm playing on this pretty much square shape rather than a nice wide display. It's almost as if on a phone you have a wider range of vision when you're playing games, and I don't know if this is necessarily true, but at least when I play myself, I personally feel that way. And because of that, I end up playing on a phone 99% of the time. Recently though, I found out about a brand new device that might finally change my mind. A gaming tablet made by REDMAGIC that has an aspect ratio much more similar to a phone. Basically think of this as a giant gaming phone. This is the REDMAGIC Nova gaming tablet, the most powerful gaming tablet ever, a tablet specifically designed for us mobile gamers in mind, and a device that has set out to change mobile gaming forever. After you see this thing, I'm gonna be completely honest, you're probably not gonna wanna go back to a phone. So sit back and relax, check out the unboxing, the full review, and some gameplay tests with this brand new device. Leave a like, subscribe, and if you would like to get one for yourself, I will have a link down below in the description. Let's begin with the unboxing. Once you receive your tablet, you're gonna open up the box and it'll be in a nice plastic sleeve. Mine obviously is not, as you can see. It has some fingerprints on it, and that's because I already opened it up earlier. I could not wait to make this review, so yeah, I've already opened mine. But after you take out this tablet, dude, and you start to take a look at it, you are just completely blown away by how cool this thing looks. It is so sleek, it is so gamer-esque, but also so like classy at the same time. I don't really know, dude. I think a lot of people really will love this design because I personally am a fan. It's just awesome. You're gonna have a box that has that big 80-watt charger, which is plenty fast for a tablet. It's going to charge it up in no time at all, as well as that signature red cable that all REDMAGIC devices have. And then finally, there's one more smaller box that has a few stickers in it. I think that's always cool. If you have a water bottle or a laptop or something and you want to plaster a REDMAGIC sticker on it, you can with these ones. But yes, this is the device. Honestly, in my opinion, as I said, super sleek design, extremely thin, like thinner than a lot of other tablets I've seen before, and it feels like a very premium product in your hands, right in line with some of the best top-end devices out there right now. I absolutely love how it feels when I'm holding it. Such a cool design on the back, and I also love the RGB lighting that it has on the top left corner of the back of the device. The device comes in a 12GB RAM, 256GB storage option, as well as a 16GB RAM, 512 gig storage option. I have the higher end one, but I'm going to be completely honest and transparent with you guys. You don't need to get the higher end one. Either device is going to be more than capable of running all of your games at max settings for a long time with no stutters or lag or anything like that. So like, it really is down to preference, whichever one you want. You might want to get the higher end one for longer longevity into the future, but if you don't have that much money and you just want to get a really powerful tablet just in general, the 12 gig option is more than sufficient. The REDMAGIC Nova is rocking the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 leading version chipset, the fastest Android chipset ever at the time that I'm making this video, and the RAM is LPDDR5X Plus RAM, which is way faster RAM than, you know, standard RAM you might get with some of the other more mainstream phones and tablets out there. It's a 10.9-inch screen with a 2.8K 144 hertz display. I really love how the display looks, nice and sharp, great colors, and extremely smooth and responsive given that very high refresh rate. My only critique is the display is not the brightest thing in the world. You know, there are phones out there that have brighter displays, and if you're gaming inside, there's no issues, but if you're gaming outside on a bright sunny day, it might be hard to see the screen. However, again, you're probably not going to be gaming outside too much, so for the vast majority of people, 99% of the time, the display will be perfectly fine. And plus, with that nice wider aspect ratio that the REDMAGIC Nova has, it's just better than other tablets, even if it doesn't have as bright of a screen as them. Now, just like with the other REDMAGIC devices, the REDMAGIC Nova comes equipped with a very advanced cooling system, complete with a turbo fan capable of 20,000 RPMs and 9 layers of heat dissipation, which means your hands will not burn up when you're gaming with this thing, and it won't start to throttle. This thing literally has PC level cooling, and it's super important to have things like an internal fan, for instance, because something you might have not realized, when your device gets super hot when gaming, first off, that's super bad for the device and it might actually damage some of the internal components, but also it will try to reduce performance to cut down on the temperature. If you have 10 gigs of RAM, for instance, and it's way too hot, it's gonna cut it down to like the performance of a 5 gigabyte RAM device, for instance. And I always really like these built-in internal fans because it's always there for me, ready to go, and I don't have to worry about these little clunky external accessories that you can get on Amazon, and chances are they're not even that great quality. They're probably gonna break pretty quickly anyways, and then you're out of a whole cooling system in general. But honestly, one of the best things about this device, the battery, dude. This thing has a 10,100 milliamp hour battery, which means you can game for a long time without charging before you need to stick it back on the charger. Like, way longer than any mainstream phone. And I can say this from my own personal experience. I have so many phones out there that die like after 30 minutes of use if I'm playing on max graphics with all the other settings turned on. This thing, it will go for so much longer. And one thing that you might have not realized is if you're trying to play a game while you're charging your phone at the same time, that's really, really bad. It actually will damage the internals over time. So like, you need to stick it on the charger and let your phone rest or your tablet rest. Since this thing has a much longer battery, you're gonna have to set down your tablet to let it rest for much less time. And you're gonna be out of the game less, which is a win-win scenario for most mobile gamers. So this great battery life paired with great cooling and great performance, what more can you really ask for? Oh wait! I know, a whole dedicated gaming app to make sure you are playing with the best performance possible. Just like the other REDMAGIC devices, the REDMAGIC Nova has the famous Game Space tab. And when you open this thing up, it'll play a cool animation, and you'll see you can customize basically whatever you want. You have a billion different settings that you can customize, from your sensitivity in games, accidental edge touch protection, performance, GPU settings, network settings, and more. You have this full Gravity X tab where you can connect a mouse and keyboard for certain games, connect a controller if you want to, screencast your tablet to an even bigger screen like a monitor or a TV, and even play console and PC games over the cloud. But most impressive of all, there is a full plugin library with amazing enhancements that you can put on all of your games. You want to change your screen aspect ratio for a certain game, customize your crosshair, take screenshots of certain areas of the screen, or even invert colors in-game to see enemies easier. I don't even know how this is allowed, but it is, dude. You can adjust your device sounds to make footsteps easier to hear or gunshots far in the distance more amplified, change your joystick to make it even better than normal, and even turn on Scout mode, which zooms in the center of your screen whenever you want, so you can see an enemy way easier that's super far away. This is a massive game changer. It came out on some of the newest REDMAGIC phones, and now this tablet has it, and once you have this, you're not going to want to go back to any other phone or tablet out there, because the advantages that you have with this gaming tablet are just too much, dude. You're going to be so much better than every other mobile gamer out there. It is crazy. Now, I do just want to touch real quick on the cameras. You're not going to be getting a gaming tablet to take amazing pictures, okay? But it's at least nice to know that they're not completely terrible. The back camera is 50 megapixels and the front camera is 20 megapixels. So you're more than capable of using the back camera like normal. You can get pretty decent picture quality, and the front one is good enough to capture your face while gaming. You can see some of the examples of pictures that I've taken outside and inside with these front and back facing cameras, and I honestly don't really see too many complaints with them. A little suggestion for some of you guys, if you want to get into streaming, there are some apps out there that you can actually record your gameplay as well as your face at the same time, and this tablet would be perfect for it because the camera is positioned in a way where your hand is not going to be covering over it like some of the other tablets out there. It's horizontal, which is like made for gaming. And since the overall front-facing camera is decent enough quality, most people that are going to be watching your streams aren't going to be complaining about the camera quality of the front camera. It's just a great layout overall, and let me just show you all a couple of different videos that I have taken with these cameras. So here we are outside, and I'm taking a video with the front-facing camera. I'm actually pretty impressed. It's better than I would have thought, and it's better than a lot of tablets that I've seen the cameras on. Also worth mentioning, this is what the back camera looks like if you're taking videos outside. You can also listen to the audio quality and let me know in the comments what you guys think, but I think this is all great. it's, you know, not winning any awards, but again, you're not using a tablet to take pictures of scenery. Let's test out the front-facing camera inside. If you're taking a video, it's not going to be winning any awards again, but it's at least okay. And I think he thinks it's pretty decent as well. Here's what the back camera looks like. Again, it's not going to be winning any awards, but it's perfectly doable, and it works exactly how you would expect a tablet back camera to be. This guy is so funny. But yeah, it's not that bad for a back camera, at least on the inside. I definitely think it's better in higher light settings. And what I would like to do now is show you all some gameplay with a whole bunch of different games. I have many minutes of gameplay, so sit back and relax and enjoy some hand cam, because this is not something that I normally show on my channel. I very rarely show actual hand cam gameplay, but we're starting off here with Call of Duty Mobile. No surprises, this game runs perfectly. Max settings, max graphics, max everything, and I didn't notice any stutters whatsoever. If I had an FPS counter there, you would have seen complete stable FPS, and this is really important for a lot of people, especially some of the more competitive players out there, because I know there are people that have some pretty low-end devices, and then when they get a lag drop, it messes up their gameplay, and they really get mad because of that. If you can have a tablet like this that's completely stable 100% of the time, that is a huge advantage to other people, especially when you're like in tournaments and other stuff like that. And I mean, like, you know, if you have the game space options turned on, if they allow that in tournaments, dude, you're literally just going to be better than everybody by default. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't really know how tournaments work if you can only use certain phones or tablets, but if it's a tablet-only tournament, I could very easily see a majority of the best players using this one specifically, because the features are just all there, and it's so nice. Completely fluid, some of the smoothest gameplay I have ever gotten for Call of Duty Mobile, and that includes some of the other REDMAGIC devices that I already have, like the REDMAGIC 9S Pro smartphone. I almost think it's a little bit better, and it does make sense. It's a tablet. It's closer to a PC. You know, it's not obviously PC, but it's closer, and it's pretty much the best device you can get, period, for mobile gaming. I also decided to download Minecraft Java Edition to my tablets. Maybe you didn't know this, but you can actually get this on Android devices very easily by downloading something called Pojav Launcher from the Google Play Store. And Minecraft Java Edition actually runs really well. I have other Android devices that I've tested this out on before, and I have to have like the lowest render distance possible, lowest settings. You can't have fancy graphics settings. No, your game is just going to have like 10 frames per second. But I can actually have mid to high level graphics for a PC game, mind you, on a tablet, and it runs perfectly. You can see I'm having no lag, no massive performance issues. Obviously, this is a very difficult game to control, so, you know, I kind of suck in terms of the controls, but like Minecraft Java, which is like basically a PC game, runs great. Another game that is extremely intensive is this one, Warzone Mobile. You know, so many Android devices out there that struggle running this game. Even now, in late 2024, it's not that optimized yet. And yet, with this tablet, I get consistent gameplay, which is one of the only Android devices I have actually seen that consistency. iOS devices are a different story. For this specific game, iOS is much better designed, but, you know, this device is so powerful in general that, like, it completely surpasses all of the advantages that iOS has, and it just makes this one the best Android device by default for a game like Warzone Mobile. Also, the bigger screen looks great for a game like that. The graphics look better. And here's another game that the graphics look better. This is FireFront. You might have not seen a lot of gameplay from this game recently, but I think they might have updated the graphics to make it look a little bit better, because it looks better now than it did the last time I played. This game is extremely intensive, and if you try to download it on a mid-level device, you're just not going to have a great time. I turned on max graphics, and I had everything like pretty much maxed out with the shadows and everything like that. It is completely stable, and that's mind-blowing. This is an alpha game, and this is a good example of what a game like Delta Force Mobile would look like on this tablet as well. I can't play that game yet, but like this is another game that's very similar to Delta Force. So if this is any indication, you know, if you're looking for a new device to play that game, which is going to be basically the best game like Battlefield for mobile devices, this will probably be the one. It is so nice. Oh my God. I also had to test out Battle Prime. I had to create a new account here because I didn't really know how to link my phone account to my tablet. So, we're going up against a bunch of easy players here. But regardless, I have to show some light to this game because this is one of the most underrated games in my personal opinion. Of course, it runs perfectly. And you can see there's tons of explosions and gunfire and crazy things going all over the screen. This is the type of stuff that would make, lower end devices struggle. Anytime you see big explosions or gunshots or stuff like that, it might end up stuttering, and you did not have that at all in this game, which is awesome, or I should say in this tablet. I tested out Standoff 2 because it's another popular game, but, this isn't really that surprising. This game ran perfectly on this device, but it's not a super intensive game, so, if this game had any issues, then there would be a big issue, but, yeah, I mean, obviously, Standoff 2, no issues. This is a game, though, that very easily could have had issues. It's Frontlines. This is a Roblox game, and everybody likes to call this the Call of Duty on Roblox, and you can play it on mobile. Unfortunately, there's no HUD customization, so it was very difficult to play this game, but that's the same with every mobile device, so it's not like that's an issue with this specific device. It's just an issue with mobile in general, but that actually ran perfectly. I just wanted to check out Pixel Strike 3D as well because why not? Pixel Strike 3D is another severely underrated game. It's basically a more competitive Pixel Gun 3D with some more realistic gameplay mechanics, and I just like it. I like jumping back into this game every once in a while. It played really, really well, so smooth, and you actually have a 144 hertz option for this game, so you can actually feel the game at the highest refresh rate possible, which is just awesome. And then finally, we checked out Riotfall. This is another Roblox game that kind of, to me, feels like an old school Call of Duty game. Again, another great game that actually is very intensive, but ran perfectly on this device. So, I mean, that's basically that. I'm going to kind of wrap everything up here now as we're taking a look at some of the Riotfall gameplay. Hope you all did enjoy this video. This is a fantastic device, and it is something I highly recommend getting if you want to get more in-depth in mobile gaming and you want a bigger tablet to do it. This is by far the best Android tablet you can get for mobile gaming. It is awesome. So yes, again, as I said, I do have a link down below in the description if you would like to get one for yourself. Highly recommend it, and I hope you guys did enjoy this review. Let me know down below if there's anything else you would like me to test out with this tablet, because I can always do that. Subscribe, and I will see you all in the next episode.